Sup? Welcome to Something to Talk About. My name's Taco, and this is a video that I've been wanting to do since, like, the beginning of my channel. So happy Father's Day, and I couldn't do this channel. I can barely do this channel. I couldn't do this video before because, I felt like this is a Father's Day video, and I can't jump it. I can't rush it. So I've had this on the back burner for a long time. And I know I normally don't do list videos, but maybe I'll do some more in the future. I have ideas. But here you go. If this is your first time watching Something to Talk About, I do have a script, but I don't do any editing. So I do all these in one take, and I try to get the nice combination of improv and also my written script, because if I just try to do this improv, I wouldn't remember all the smart stuff. I'm not very smart, so I would need a script to remember the smart stuff. I'm a simple man. So, yeah, that's it. So if you wonder why I say a lot more than other people, it's because they edit out their ums. So welcome to, this is my top 7 dads. Why 7? I don't know. I figured these are my top 7 cartoon dads. I figured these are all actually really good dads. And there's actually not a lot of really good dads. Now, this is not like my favorite characters, right? Like Randy Marsh, great character. He can't be on here because he's a bad dad. He's a horrible dad. You know what I'm saying? So this is just strictly them being good dads. And believe it or not, cartoons don't have a lot of them. I didn't want to do animated movies or cartoon movies as well. I just doing, TV shows. But yeah, so I mean, look at your classic shows. Usually the dads are pretty bad. Like Fairly Odd Parents. Parents are horrible in that. And then you got like Rugrats. They constantly let their toddlers and babies just cause chaos. Those are bad parents. So here you go. I hope you guys like this list. I feel like we could just jump right into it. And yeah, no reason to make this a long video. It actually doesn't need to be. So there, I got pictures. Here's a thing. So 7 best cartoon dadarinos. Number 7, Homer J. Simpson. Okay. Some people might be like, really? He's this low? Like, shouldn't he be higher up on the list? Shouldn't he be a better dad? No. And this is why. So he physically abuses his son. Which you can't be a good dad if you physically abuse your child. Okay, so let's just get all that out of the way. He is seen choking Bart on many, many occasions, and there's no excuse for physical abuse. And that's why he's at the bottom. But, and I'm talking a really big butt, all right? So big butt. It's a big butt. But there's a specific episode. So in season 6, he wins a lot of dad points. Okay, I'm not going to give away what it is, but in season 6, episode 13, the episode "And Maggie Makes 3," it's a flashback episode to before Maggie was born. He quits his job to work at a bowling alley, which is his dream job. What? It's your dream job? All right. Maybe there's people out there who are like, I just want to work in a bowling alley. It's your dream job? All right. Maybe you love bowling. If you love bowling. All right. Sorry to judge. Sorry to bull shame. For some reason, yeah. But after Marge gets pregnant, with Maggie, he has to go back to the power plant. So Mr. Burns makes him hang this sign up in his office. And it says, "Don't forget you're here forever," because Mr. Burns is a jerk, right? So he gets that sign, and then it flips back to the present, and he's still there. But then you see what the sign looks like now, and he's taken pictures of him and Maggie, and covers it, saying, "Do it for her." All right. As a father of a daughter, not to mention I work in a factory, and it definitely feels like I work in hell and that it's not worth it and that I shouldn't work there. I realize that I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for my daughter, and I'm doing it for my wife. I'm doing it for my family, right? So this episode hits hard, and I honestly, I like cry from this episode. So the Do It For Her episode earns Homer last place. You know why? Because he's doing this too much. Stop doing that. I might keep this. This is a good gift. Okay. All right. Number 6. We have Professor Utodium from Powerpuff Girls. He's a very caring and gentle with the Powerpuff Girls. He's a professor, or the professor is seen giving advice and making sure the girls eat their broccoli. His negatives are that his advice and heart-to-hearts like moments can be very cold. Like due to his hyper-intelligence, he doesn't have a lot of social skills and he's not very personable. So he kind of treats everything like a science experiment. Also, there's something else I really don't like, and this is going to come up later on the list, but anytime that you just let your kids be superheroes, for some reason that just doesn't sit well for me. It's like sending your kids out, even though they're super powered kids, but I hate having like my daughter, like I won't ever put my daughter in danger, and then having your daughter fight like monster monkeys and devils. I don't know. I just can't overlook that. Maybe that's just me, but he is very loving there with his little ones, and yeah, and regardless, you guys might not like that take, but that's what puts him on 6. He's still a good dad, so he's on here. But what keeps him down the 6 is the fact that he lets his kids get into harm's way, and I know they're like Supermans, right? But there you go. That's just me. And that's going to come up again with my number 5, right? 6, 7, 5. I can count. We got Master Splinter. So specifically the 2012 version. So I'm going with this Splinter over the 1987 Splinter. Though that Splinter, I got a picture of him. I love this design. So this Splinter right here is like the Splinter of my childhood. The 2012 is just kind of like, it dives into character moments a lot more, and it dives into him being a father a lot more, and of the Ninja Turtles. So I just think he kind of deserves this spot more. So he's the adopted father of the 4 Ninja Turtles, though he has a lot of the same issues as Professor Utonium, training his adopted sons to fat bad guys. But you can tell how much he loves the Turtles, and he really tries hard with. This is a really awesome picture. I like this one. He tries really hard with like Raph's rebelliousness and Leo struggling with leadership, and he proves to be loving and accepting to his birth daughter, Kari, I believe. Let me put this back up. I have another freaking GIF, I think, that I didn't have up. Give me a sec. I can do stuff really quick. Can I? Oh, I guess I didn't save it. Okay, never mind. See, and this is why normal people edit. Not normal, but yeah. So he's is very accepting to his birth daughter as well. So he does use a lot of tough love, and he is very strict with his sons, but it always comes from a good place of wanting to protect them. And here is the GIF I showed earlier of the hug. Ooh. Yeah, gotta love the hug. All right, here you guys go. Next one, number 4, almost the top 3. And I'm sure some people think that this guy deserves to be 1 or 2, but it's only just because there's some really good dads. This guy's an amazing dad. Okay, better. Like, I think the gaps between the first ones and this one are much bigger. Like, you could really take these all my top 4 and you can mix them around in your own list. I would have no problem with that. Also, I want to see who your favorite cartoon dads are. Put them in the comments. Okay, number 4, Hank Hill from King of the Hill. Hank has some issues. He is stuck in his ways and sometimes looks down on Bobby for being different and not a stereotypical manly man. But at the end of the day, he really cares about Bobby and tries to connect with him. Hank had a horrible father growing up. I got a picture of Cotton Heel. Just a horrible father growing up. And he was taught that men are one way, and to have, traditional manly things and be into traditional manly things and be stern and be emotionless. So Hank has a distorted vision of manliness, and despite his ways, despite that, here I got a picture of just young Hank crying. That's horrible, isn't it? Despite like having a distorted view of manliness, he loves and supports Bobby. He pushes through his repression to help his son succeed. And like in the last episode where he has that thing in common about grilling with Bobby, and this is the picture from the finale. It's not that he's finally happy that his son's doing something, more traditionally manly. He's happy that he could finally share something that he also loves with his son. It's a heck of an episode. I love it. And also, if you look at other ones of like, he finds out that his Bobby's doing really well in home ec, and he kind of judges him right away for it. But then when he realizes how good he's doing, like how good he's cooking, he lets Bobby take over, Thanksgiving dinner. So he does break through those normal gender roles because he's proud of his son, because he's doing something he's good at. So Hank, even though he has that flaw, I put that on this man right here and not this dad right here. And yeah, I think Hank is an amazing dad. And if you have him at your number one, I understand. Okay, number 3, technically a dad. Definitely an adopted dad. We have Uncle Iroh. I know. He's an uncle. He's not Zuko's dad, but he's still a dad. And also he is Zuko's adopted father, and he is an amazing one. Thanks to Zuko's biological father, Zuko has a lot of emotional issues, and Iroh tries hard to not only get him to a better path, like on a better path, but to show him a love and acceptance, even though he's in like the wrong a lot, like first season and half of the second season. Standout moments, and if you've watched my Avatar, every episode of the Avatar reviewed, you're going to know what I'm talking about because it's an episode I talked about a lot, but in the episode of season 2, episode 7, Lake Laogai, there's this amazing and perfect performance from Mako of him scolding Zuko about the path and about the inner fight inside Zuko. It's about what you want. Mako, the voice actor, just absolutely kills it in that scene and just all around in the first 2 seasons. R.I.P. And then in their reunion in season 3 is the other really standout dad moment where Zuko goes to apologize and Iroh interrupts him with this powerful hug, and he literally just grabs his sleeve and pulls him in. I'm like tearing up. Honestly, that scene makes me tear up. Of that, I know you did wrong, but I miss you and I love you, and come here. Like, it's very powerful. Iroh's an amazing, amazing dad. He is a biological dad of a character who dies before the show, but he is an amazing adopted father to Zuko, and why Zuko becomes the great character, one of my favorite characters of all time that he does, and it's thanks to Iroh. All right, number 2. This might be, a lot of people might be going, who? Bandit Healer from Bluey. Okay, people without kids most likely have not seen this one. It's not one we grew up with. This is a modern show. But trust me, Bandit is hashtag dad goals. This Australian kids show is not only great for little kids, but me and my wife love it. It's perfect for the whole family to watch. And if you have kids and you're not watching Bluey, watch it, especially if you have kids. If you're bored and you don't have kids, still watch Bluey. Bluey's great. Bandit is the father of 2 daughters, and he is a full-time archaeologist. You get it because he's a dog and he digs up bones? Or is he paleontologist? I think he's a paleontologist because he digs up bones. It's a joke. It's a dog joke. It's a dog pun. All right. Anyways, get it? All right. He spends a lot of time coming up with games for his daughters, and more importantly, he deals with their games, and he rarely, if ever, loses his patience. He helps fuel his daughters' creativity and also helps them become better dogs because they're dogs. And I'm going on my script. I'm going to get to other examples, but one really good one is this episode where they're bringing out, I think it's called Bin Night, and they're bringing out the bins. They're bringing out their garbages. And the entire episode takes place of just when they're walking out their recycle and their garbage cans and then walking back. And that's it. So it jumps through different nights. And their youngest daughter, his wife's named Chili, Bingo, is going through kind of this new kid at school who's like kind of bullying her. And it's just him giving advice of how to deal with this bully, and none of it's like, go hit him, and it's this really awesome, loving moments of just this normal time when you're just taking out the garbage and you're showing him just dad. It's really great. It's really powerful. And now I got examples of him putting up with their games, which I said, and he doesn't lose patience. So this is when he has to dress up as a baby for them. Now, in between these life lessons, like pretending to be an octopus that they need to pass by and getting attacked by tickle crabs, he's just an absolute awesome father. He's just truly amazing, and especially if you're a dad of daughters, you should watch it. So Bandit, even though a lot of people don't know who you are, dance it away, man. You deserve to be number 2. Yeah. It's probably the reason why I made this list, because I was like, Bandit's an awesome dad. But he's not number 1. Okay, that was number 2. Got another one for you. Of course. You probably knew it was coming. Bob Belcher from Bob's Burgers. What can I say about Bob that hasn't been said? What about Bob? That hasn't been said. He has a very eccentric family with Linda, Jean, and Tina and Louise are all over the top characters. Bob is a little less eccentric, although he still has his quirks, like when he talks for his burgers and has conversations with his food and stuff like that. But he really bends over backwards, and even though his kids and his family are not your traditional, like they're very over the top and eccentric, he loves them, and he loves them for who they are, and he never really tries to change. Like we can just go down, even though he never tries to change Louise, but he does try to better her, but he never tries to not make her Louise, right? He tries to get her insecurities gone, but he's never like, hey, you shouldn't be you, take that hat off. Never. Let her keep the hat. It's part of our identity and things like that, and just other stuff. There's the whole episode where both of them are home poopers, and they have to learn how to poop outside the home, and he's trying to get her to break that habit, and it's such a weird example I gave. And then also there's Tina, who they are so like Bob and Tina, but again, Tina's a lot of things and a lot of amazing things, and Bob sees all that, and he even goes to the Equestronauts with her and embraces what she's into with her. And then last but very not least, Jean, although is a lot more like Linda, Bob never, he never thinks anything negative about Jean, still accepts him and loves him. And there's just so many examples, and I should have wrote more, giving you guys more examples, but there's so many examples on the show of when he puts all aside to help his kids. And yeah, Bob Belcher, the man with the burger, is very much my number 1 cartoon dad. So there you go. That's it. Kicked my camera. There you go. Thanks for watching. And please tell me your favorite cartoon dads. down in the comments, and maybe when Mother's Day comes back around, I can do top 10 moms, or top 7 or whatever number I want. Thank you for watching, and if you made it this far, if you put Bandit in the comments, just put it somewhere. You can make a comment, you can tell me who you're, and then just make sure you say like, oh, and Bandit. I will give you a shout out in my next video. If you make it this far, if you prove that you made it this far, type Bandit in the comments. And thanks. Please like, subscribe. I have our big weekly or monthly show, The Geek Gauntlet, where I have all the people on and we go through characters, this big tournament. We just did the 3rd one. You should find it in our channel. Watch it. Or in my channel. Watch it. And all that stuff. There we go. Thanks. Happy Father's Day. And if you're a father out there, get a burger or get a beer or whatever makes you, whatever is going to be a good trophy for being an awesome dad. And that's all. Thanks for watching.